Accident with a Florida highway trooper knew police would arrive quickly,
but
and they did.
Everything after that, though, left him shocked, leaving him wondering if it's legal for the Highway Patrol to do what they did. It's tonight's Help Me Howard with Patrick Frazier.
If you have trouble remembering people's names, Francis Francois has an easy one for you.
It's translated actually Francis. Struggled as a child growing up with the same name.
Francis is fine with his name now. It's an accident involving a Florida highway patrolman that he's struggling with. Francis was on Northwest 2nd Avenue ready to make a left-hand turn on 187th Street. He stopped to let traffic clear.
I just saw a truck coming. You know, it wasn't a hard hit, but he hit me hard enough to, cause damage to my car.
A plainclothes Florida highway patrolman was driving an unmarked black SUV with a female trooper in the car. They all got out to look at the damage to the SUV and Francis's gray Infiniti.
He said, "I apologize for running in your car. I'm a law enforcement officer," pulled out his badge. "I'm going to make a call and we'll take care of this." Francis
thought that meant the police would be there quickly, and a few minutes later a Miami Gardens officer did pull up.
She said she'll take the report. He said FHP is coming, Florida Highway Patrol. He talked to her and she pulled off.
Francis says the trooper told him he was Sergeant Mark Schoaf, and that they didn't need Miami Gardens, that the Florida Highway Patrol would handle the accident. As they waited, Francis took pictures that he says showed the trooper's black SUV had run into the side of his gray Infiniti. Then Francis says the trooper told him they needed to move their cars off the street to a nearby parking lot.
Maybe I was naive.
3 Florida Highway Patrol vehicles then arrived. One was a lieutenant who began to investigate.
He didn't ask to look at my pictures. He looked at the officer's pictures, and he's the one that determined there was no way to tell who was at fault.
Francis says if they hadn't moved the vehicles, it would have been clear who hit who. And then the trooper, who Francis says apologized for hitting him, told the investigator Francis caused the accident.
I kind of went off. I can't believe this. You just apologized to me. You hit my car. I'm sorry, buddy.
Needless to say, Francis was stunned.
It's the entire law enforcement community covering up for each other.
Howard, you've heard Francis's story and looked at the pictures. Legally, was this handled properly by the Florida Highway Patrol?
Legally, the Florida Highway Patrol can investigate their own accidents, but sending Miami Gardens police away looks like a conflict of interest, and clearing the accident scene before the investigator arrived looks suspicious because that makes it difficult for someone else to determine who was at fault.
I then waited 60 days for the Florida Highway Patrol to release the crash report. The lieutenant who wrote it said FHP Sergeant Mark Schoaf said Francis struck his vehicle. Francis said the trooper struck his vehicle. The investigator added both vehicles were removed from the roadway prior to my arrival. The lieutenant concluded, due to conflicting statements, neither driver was charged in the crash. I had several questions for the Florida Highway Patrol regarding the accident. The Miami office said the answers would have to come from Tallahassee, but no one there ever answered any of my questions.
How could I have hit him?
Needless to say, Francis is disappointed, but he says he's no longer surprised.
They're here to protect and serve, but it seems that they're protecting and serving themselves.
Well, some good news for Francis. His insurance company is going after the Highway Patrol to get their money and his deductible back. And why wouldn't the Highway Patrol answer any questions I had to clear things up? I don't know, but that makes Francis even more suspicious. We'll keep an eye on this and let you know what happens. A fender bender crushing your peace of mind? Want to see your problem hit the highway? Contact us. We'll troop in to help, and our report will hopefully clear things up. With this Help Me Howard, I'm Patrick Frazier, 7 News.